Presence, a bit of a deterrence as well for Blase, I think, on the Echo to try and get away with what he's doing. So the double hit scan on the Atlanta Rain side. And look at this early positioning they've got. Straight away, Hadi. Unfortunately, his team wasn't there to really support him there. And the flashbang off the edge! Hybrid tried to dash around the corner, sent straight off. And despite Edison paying for it with his life, it will be utilized on the Echo players to try and clutch up some of these fights. Well, here we go. Hadi's going to be getting it. Dive straight in, but denied immediately. Straight away. I believe that was off the edge as well. A bit of an assist from both Massa and Hawk. And that completely removes an ultimate from the field. And the team fight's just over. At least start to contest it. Nano Boost again onto Hadi. Dragon Strike as well, but the sound barrier is coming out from Atlanta Rain instantly to try and completely counteract that one. Little play going on around the corner here. The duplicate cancelled out of it. And yeah, the boot to set up that kill onto Hybrid was fantastic. Looks like Atlanta Rain are in complete control right now of this round.
This is Hadi's first Primal Rage that he's been able to get on board. Molfig dies, trying to demech as well, and there's just nothing going here for the London team. Atlanta are rock solid on this point.
Really great understanding of how to play this round, and giving away a pick. We're going to wait this through now. The Atlanta Rain still holding strong, but now the cooldowns are back, and there's the approach. Blase's going to try and make something work. Hardy as well with the Primal. He has to try and get some big value with this one. Finally gets the one kill. Might get a second one as well, setting his team up. Just displacing. Once again, Edison not really getting too much done there. And it will mean a great engagement from the London Spitfire. They're flipping the point over now, Josh.
And this is where they go for a fake there and speed boost into the point. But they haven't quite managed it.
Whoa! Pelican just dives into the backline. Reaper's gone out of the fight. And Hybrid tried to just fend them off. The ultimate's being used here. Rez is going to come out, so the backline is healthy from London now. Dragon Strike to create and buy that space. Sticky Bombers, Blase needs to get this beam off, and there you go. Gator will fall. No more tank line now for the Atlanta Rain. A couple more try shots will do it, but that was getting a little bit sketchy there for a second.
These short-range engagements. Look how much damage he's doing as they come into the choke point here. He's almost up to another Primal.
It's beautiful. Oh my goodness! I think that may have been a diag punch up the stairs to just catch Blase off guard. Okay, traded it out. The Atlanta Rain want to continue to fight this. Now Master with the sound barrier. A little bit earlier on in this fight, gave them all the health they needed. And now they're going to be flipping the point over once more.
I mean, that's it.
He's going to be the recipient of it, already being burst down very heavily. A huge Bionade connects onto 3 now from the Atlanta Rain, but a lot of ultimates being committed on their side. London still need to be careful here. Now the Primal from Hardy just to really try and secure this team fight and make it go their way. Hybrid has definitely been setting his team up beautifully. These arrows have been finding their mark. Hardy as well, yeah, he's done his job here. So a great engagement once more. To flip this point back over to their favor. Okay, playing with death there, I feel like. Every time I see an unmexed D.Va, I always wonder who's going to be the next target, who's going to be the next casualty. Could be massive. There we go. Going to be sending it straight through them, and it's going to split them in half. But Atlanta Rain have played so quickly, they're already into the backline of the London Spitfire. Reaper will be sent straight off the edge from a boop of Massa. The South Destruct is going to be used here by Molfig. It's going to clear them off the point. Be able to get the remake, not quite. Ends up going down here. Hybrid being pressured so heavily by Pelican. And Pelican with the punch into the shot. Might be able to get the second kill as well. Kellick's trying to get out of there, but won't be happening. And there's only a couple of players left standing on the point. And they will not be able to keep this one going. The Atlanta taking a bit of a forward position, lays down the shield. They're just trying to spam through this now as well, but they get enough damage off into Gator that he will fall. But Pelican evens it out, buys space for the res. Fight continues despite losing a couple of players, bringing them back into it. The Atlanta Rain still trying to make it work. Kai's not going to be available. Obviously, he died a little bit earlier as well. That's a nano boost applied to Hardy. Already falling very, very low. 200 health to him. Has to back off, but caught out again. Pelican with the beam. Yeah, just couldn't quite get back to the safe clutches of his team. Evened out though, Shax with the damage boost is definitely trying his hardest to try and make this a competitive fight. The Dragon Strike to split them up and stave them off for a bit longer.
He's doing a huge amount of work in the back, but it's just simply not going to be enough here. Pelican has been outputting huge amounts of damage, and the pressure on Hardy to do anything is way too large. Shax hit some really nice headshots onto Gator to slow down this push, but they've still only ticked off a minute and a half. And Atlanta Rain, they were almost in extra
angle onto him, might have to halt up soon enough. Pelican out of the duplicate, has to try and deal with Blase, who's on the flank. The duplicate saves his life for a moment. The bubble blocking a ton of the damage. And look at this, moving over to the Batiste. That's a duplicate with the immortality field laid down, but Blase is behind enemy lines, will not be able to get away with that one. The fight continues, but again, it just feels like the Atlanta rushed and pulled. They have to contest this now in this moment. Another nano boost committed. That's basically keeping Hadi up. He's not really building up his ult at all. Self-destruct from Molfig. This has to be getting a couple of picks, and there's 2. Another self-destruct comes through from the Atlanta Reign, but they have lost a lot of members now. Do they want to continue to fight this? The duplicate committed Pelican, building up a self-destruct of his own, sends it through. It's a lot of ultimates being committed. The res onto Iris, I don't believe this. The kills have gone their way, and the point, well, I mean, that's just as good as captured right there. 4 minutes now as they capture checkpoint B, and that fight, Blase has to get something done with this one. Damage boosted for just a moment, but Pelican again moving over to the Diva. The duplicate, the self-destruct gets sent up. Pelican taken out of it. London's still fighting this one. They have bodies onto the point. Blase, especially when he's on that Orisa, the supercharger now, comes through. It's going to be boosting his team for the remainder. What a bomb right onto the lamp, and everybody's pushed off the point.
Wow. I mean, these have been some... Immediately. Look at that.
Hawk with the great response to boosters to just dislodge him from the high ground, and the pressure they're applying to the tank line of London. If buys enough time, they build up the amp matrix, and yeah, Hadi's just trying to leap out. I mean, he can't. Might be able to clutch this one though. Blase still around. The sticky bombs took out Iris. Basso very close to that Valkyrie, but
that's a big pick.
Taken out again. That's the backline. Both of them gone down now, and Blase with a third. Just about clutching this for his team. Wonderful bit of work there when...
Yeah, here we go. There's another nano boost into the back as well. Not really in position to be able to stop this from Hadi, and it's followed up with a self-destruct too. So this could be a great fight for the London Spitfire.
Yeah, finally getting the opening that they were looking for. Another self-destruct comes up straight into the sky, around the corner. The res onto Iris, but London are in a pretty solid position now as well. Hadi's still up, and he's just helping the rest of their team.
Able to take down either of those targets, that would be instrumental for this fight.
Yeah, they are not worried about the high ground whatsoever. But look at that, Dragon Strike comes through and Gate to punish. Bob is going to get slept up immediately into the backline, but that buys space, a little bit of it, to get the res off now onto Gator. Kai takes out Reaper as well. Not before Blase finally keeps him in check. I think the damage is already done. That slight distraction for but a minute. Oh my goodness! Okay, I thought Massa was going down to the sticky bombs there, but the beat down. Okay.
Yeah,
the point. Okay. I saw for a moment Molfig came up from under, and I was like, I don't know if Atlanta Reign have read this, but yeah, okay. That was almost... Yeah, do you want to see them switch compositions then, Josh? Because like this seems inherently like the comp just doesn't play well into it.
It's too late now, but for future maps, possibly.
Yeah, we'll see. The fight continues. They did manage to pick off Kai, which is pretty tasty. Self-destruct comes through. Molfig going to be getting that Resurrect, but Hardy is brought down, and they didn't do enough to deny the Resurrect from actually happening here. Hawk is taken out before he can remech. That's pretty good for them, but the Atlanta Reign still in control of this fight, it seems, with the pickoffs they're getting. The backline's back up from London. Might be able to do something with that one. Oh my god. Skipping a hop with that bomb.
This is the other thing that Pelican
is taking control of the castle, but Shax goes down, and look at this. Kai on the perch with this amp matrix. The tank line's going to be trying to push into him now with the Primal Rage comes through. Flashbang comes now. Deadeye as well. They got to try and keep him up, but it's not going to be doable. And London with a massive advantage. Iris gets rezzed up. Needs to be careful though. The pressure is already there with the sticky bombs. And Hardy as well keeping that in check. Just Gator left alive really on this card to stop it, but the London Spitfire win out the team fight. The trouble is now they're in overtime. I guess get back to his team. Contest just in time, but look at this. They should be in position to try and pick off a lot of these players. London, they have the advantage coming into this fight. Self-destruct comes straight up, sends them away from the point, and there we go. We get the capture just in time. 1 minute 30 seconds will be what they've been gifted to try and win this one. London were forced to use a couple of ultimates to try and take that one as well. And look, he's primed and ready. Yep, there we go. Straight away unleashes it. Gonna combo this one up though. Dragon Strike comes through. It's gonna split them. And look at this, Gator gets completely separated from the rest of his team. The self-destruct is gonna buy space to get the Resurrect back up. So Gator is in the fight, but look, another batter. That is beautiful from Hardy. Just completely disjointing Gator again from this team fight. Separating him enough for the kill. The overtime comes through. It's not over just yet for London, but they can get a couple more picks. It is looking definitely more doable for them.
Pelican is coming in with the duplicate again. He takes the Diva. In the meantime, Gator in the backline. Great sleep from Ripper. But Hardy's already fallen. They trade main tanks.
Yeah, trading the main tanks here. Big self-destruct comes up Forces them all around the corner. The
point.
overtime's burning. Can anyone even touch this one? Yes. Blase just about gets onto it. The duplicate now going to be used. He's moving over to the Wrecking Ball. But now the fight is in the Atlanta Rain's hands. The spawners are coming back in, and Pelican is doing all sorts of dirty work. Look at him go. Doesn't even need the duplicate at the end of it. Just got the raw damage output, and that is going to be Atlanta off for just a bit of a moment for maybe London to find their footing.
They haven't even taken a team fight, Brent, and it's already got to the checkpoint. This is what I'm talking about, this fundamental difference between the two compositions.
Oh, here it is.
Is that Atlanta will always keep pushing the objective, and it just forces London to take these fights where they're at such a disadvantage.
Yeah. Kai's winning the 1v1s. Shots are hitting, everybody's working well together. See the res coming up from Hybrid here. Yeah, Molfig's not going to get the opportunity to get back in that mech. See you later. And Hardy's last one to try and contest this one. Doesn't build up the primal. 99% goes down. A very quick capture here. Pelican was buying a ton of space as well at the back end of that team fight. Obviously getting taken out of the duplicate now, but it's my Hawk actually trying to push them around as he skirts in the back way. Nano boost applied, but Blase goes down immediately. That's the nano wasted. Hardy though has used this primal rage. He's gotten at least one pick out of it. Kai goes down pretty early on. Could be winnable now for the London... Oh my... Okay, yeah. With the Amp Matrix being committed, I don't know if this is a fight that London would want to commit into, but they are finding pickoffs on either side here. The res comes through, so Hybrid back into the action. Hawk couldn't deny it. Maybe this is where Atlanta go back assisting, but you know what I mean. Pelican moving over now to the Wrecking Ball just to get a bit more brawn onto the battlefield. Nice little power driver. Immediately builds up the mines, and that's going to be blocking off a section of the choke point. Not letting them push through. Rolling through, that's going to be the Self-Destruct. Molfig does take out the Immortality Field with that one, as well as the Supercharger, so London coming back into this one. Nano Boost also expended. Okay, Self-Destruct doesn't get too much done, but nobody's dealing with Iris, and he's just peppering in the damage from on far. Immediately going to be meaning that's a cap up now. Checkpoint B, Atlanta Rain still pumped into him as well, the Nano Boosts. Now that Hardy's moved over to the Wrecking Ball, Blase searching for a bit of an angle. Maybe he can catch out one of the DPS, but it won't happen. And the kills have already gone the way of the Atlanta Rain, just like that in a blink of an eye. You'd be missing it if you weren't paying attention. The Atlanta Rain, oh my goodness, indomitable.
Just rolling it forwards. There's no stopping this train. The rain train continues. I mean, it feels like a pain train as well.
Down towards their level of the cart.
Definitely. But the payload is not getting pushed because Gator and Hawk can constantly go for this. Massa gets the res early on here, so it doesn't really matter that Ripper got that kill, but he gets the reply straight afterwards as well, just beaming him down from the back. Great performance from the Finnish player in the back line.
That is fantastic. It's going to keep the team back up though, and now the Amp Matrix is going to be laid back down. Gator falls over. Going for the Battle Cow in the back line, just trying to die onto the card, I suppose, by a bit more time, a few more seconds. Hybrid just has to escape and run away. The duplicate, it's going to be used, but that is so much damage. Pelican gets eviscerated instantly. The sticky bombs! How do you survive that? You can't. The answer is you can't. You just have to accept it and accept the res if you've got it, I suppose. London Spitfire in a great position now, though. Turning this fight back around into their favor. Great gravitic flux from Molfig. Set the team up there. The Atlanta Rain unable to contest this one, so 4 minutes going to be a res available as well because the position has been gained.
Oh,
no, I was wrong about that one. Massa does get the res off, but it opens things up here. Blase's just trying to maybe get a pick off while the res was occupied, while Massa wasn't really available to heal them up. Iris staying alive in this fight though.
Look at this flank all the way around the back.
It's very unusual. Oh, Massa getting picked off there. Great accretion going to be knocking them back here. Pelican is somehow in their backline here with the duplicate. Hawk as well. How would they manage to get this? Hardy and Blase end up going down, and this has worked out in their favor. Do not ask me to try and break that one down, but that is... yeah, that's ridiculous.
This all started after Kai went for that flank. They're going to contest the payload a lot more and force Atlanta Rain to the low ground.
That's beautiful.
Hybrid's got a pop.
Yeah. Trying to deny this res as well. Look at the pressure being applied. Pelican immediately is like, okay, I got to jump on you. Got to take care of you. You can't be taking these off-angle positions. The rest of their team, Iris, for some reason, is in the courtroom. Blase gets the remake kill onto Gator. Those are the duplicate. Nicely done. And yeah, London Spitfire are going to be winning this team fight, or are they? Well, the res comes through, so it's going to be giving and the Immortality Field. They're going to try and get a bit of a pull combo going on into the side. I think Hybrid just got yoinked into the field of view.
Yeah, that's a great play. And it feels like all of Gator's pulls have a purpose to them as well. He's so good at being able to assess who on the battlefield would be out of position if they ended up getting halted, and how would it help the rest of their team. He's so smart when it comes to that. Such a key factor to Atlanta Rain's success recently, alongside Hawk. And the Atlanta Rain, they turned that one around. Hawk, again, though, being fantastic for them. Staying in a safe position. Staying in a safe position, sorry, though, where he wasn't able to...
This is it. Basically do or die for the London Spitfire. Morphix just trying to set himself up in a good position. Gator gets taken out. That supercharger, though, is still up, and it's providing so much damage for the rest of them. Gator rests up, but a Gravitic Flux doesn't catch onto him, and Morphix is the only one who can touch this point. The grass will keep him alive for but a moment, but is there anyone from London who can try and clutch this one up? The overtime will not be renewed, and that will mean the Atlanta Rain walk away with the 3-0 win. And yeah, I mean, you could see from their face cams, these guys were just cheerful, apart from Kai. I don't think Kai smiles that much, but you know, outside of that, the Atlanta